r/Askreddit by Reddit and chill. Pet owners of Reddit. What quirk does your pet, past or present, do that nobody believes when you tell them? Every night at around 10 PM, my childhood dog would tell me it's time to go to bed. I could be in the living room watching TV and she would sit at the doorway and make little boofs until I eventually got up and followed her to bed. This happened every night from my high school years until the day she passed at 15 years old. I miss that old sassy girl. My parents' dog does this. She sleeps with me when I visit, but I tend to stay up a bit later than everyone else. So she'll very pointedly look at me, then walk to the gate and flop down dramatically. Then every time I so much as shift, she'll run back, give me the same look and go flop by the gate again. It's fairly polite, but she gets her point across extremely well. One of my cats legitimately sleeps in my bed, head on my pillow, under the blanket, held to my chest like an actual baby. He will spend all night like this and get mad if I stop cuddling him at any point. We sleep with our noses almost touching, and I know when he boops my nose with his that he wants me to cuddle him tighter. It's bizarre but adorable. Goddammit. That's adorable. My cat never lets me cuddle her. Grumpy little fur goblin. My dog refuses to drink from a bowl. We took him to the vet because he was sick. Turns out he was dehydrated. My dog always has water next to his food, but wasn't drinking it. We changed his bowl to a normal dish, the ones we used to eat soup. Now he drinks from it. If you change it back to a normal dog's bowl, he will stop drinking water and get sick. Nobody knows why. What am I? Some kind of savage? Returns to lapping up toilet water. I have a Pomeranian who is a total introvert. She's super laid back and chill and that kind of throws people off anyway. But when I tell them that no matter where I live she claims some space in the house as her bedroom and goes there to be alone. One time it was a cabinet in my kitchen. She claimed one of the lower unused cabinets and took soft stuff and snacks and toys in there and could open the cabinet all by herself. She would chill in there for hours. Currently it's the corner of the sectional against the wall. She has all her favorite things under there and my other dog never goes under there. It's her private space. Pomeranians are so fun. I have a mix of Pom and Chihuahua, but she's definitely more Pomeranians in personality. Likes to make nests too. All the toys. All the extra snacks. Socks. Underwear. It's so funny. I ended up making her a little bedroom under an end table in my room. It's quiet, dark and all hers. My childhood dog had a weak rear right leg. So anytime he wanted to hike his leg on something off to the left he would just do a handstand rather than try to support his weight in the bad leg. But wait. There's more. When he started getting older we brought home a puppy who absolutely idolized his big brother. Within about a month he had worked his way up to also doing handstands when he peed. But for this dog it was every single time. I guess he thought that was just how you were supposed to do it. Nothing like having two dogs pissing down their own chest several times per day. My best friend has a Boston that does handstands every time she pees too. Super weird. Nothing wrong with her back legs so she must have learned this from another dog before my friend had her. I have a cat that plays fetch with his stuffed animals. He also gets annoyed when I don't throw the stuffed animal far enough, and loves to chase it down the stairs into the basement. My cat can sit, but whenever I say sit in front of some guests he just stares at me for like 10 seconds. I had a toy poodle mix named Yoda who would meow like a cat if I said Yoda go meow. It started as me saying it as a joke to him here and there and one day he actually started doing it. He was a good boy. Yeah, why he didn't understand it at first is the way you said it. If you had told him meow go Yoda he would have understood. This isn't really a quirk but a one-time incident. My whole family has swimming pools. When I got my dog, a Sheltie, I think we introduced him to water too soon at a beach. So forevermore he was deathly afraid of water. I always wanted one of those dogs that loved water and would chase a tennis ball and retrieve it. But this was not him. He hated water. Fast forward a bunch of years. We're at my dad's pool and my dad is in the pool playing with the grandkids, who are jumping in and he's catching them. They were all toddlers and couldn't swim. My son, Also a toddler. Jumps in the pool while my dad had his back turned to him, so my dog instinctively knows he's in trouble and jumps in after him. My dad just had to turn around and grab my son and we had to fish the dog out of the pool. The dog legit looked embarrassed but solidified him as a good boy. This is because Shelties are brilliant genius angels. My dog demands I read to him. Whenever I'm sitting reading something, he'll come over, put his head on pages, and paw at me until I start reading to him. Maybe he likes your voice. My old collie used to yell at us if we didn't come home from school on time. Like if we went to a friend's or the walk home took too long. He would howl at you for the rest of the night and there was no getting out of it with him. He was also afraid of ice cream bucket handles. I miss that dog. My husky does this to my wife. If she's late, he gets visibly worried. The more worried he gets, the louder the woo. And the more back talk we get. We have a very unique dog that seems to have internalized a set of rules. He is friendly with our 3 cats, however if he observes them doing something that we, the humans, have corrected them for previously, he will then take on the responsibility for future occurrences by sitting beside the misbehaving cat and barking at them until they stop. Edit. Thank you for the silver kind of person. Ah yes. The regulator. My dog does this. I'll just be laying around and yell for my cat when I haven't seen her in a while. Mildred. Come give me a kiss. She will always come running into the room and jump on me. She will turn her head to the side and I'll kiss her cheek. Then I turn my head to the side and she quickly pushes her nose into my cheek. She will jump back down and go back about her way after. It's the sweetest. But I don't bother telling anyone. Though. I don't need to be perceived as the crazy cat lady any more than I already seem. Lol. Naming a cat Mildred is a pretty cat lady thing to do. But also that's a delightful cat name. Mine is that our cat that passed away last year used to play hide and seek with my husband Curtis. Curtis would hide and our cat Buster would run around everywhere until he found him. He would even try to sneak up on him. If he was hiding on the other side of our TV console, Buster would crawl under the console just so he could jump out and scare him. If ever Curtis hid so well that Buster couldn't find him, my husband would jump from his hiding spot and say boo. This would make Buster pout that he had not found him on his own and he would go sit on the couch staring at my husband with "you son of a beach" face. Buster even got to where he would hide while playing the game. Cats are hard to find sometimes anyway without one intentionally playing hide and seek and playing with a dedication that Buster would play with. We would both look for him until we gave up and sat on the couch. He would then stroll out a few minutes later with a smug smile on his face. Sorry for your loss. I play hide and seek with my cat as well. She's a sore loser. She always makes a little bro when she's coming to find me. My rabbit feigned illness to get attention. There were so many times throughout her life that my pet rabbit would pretend to be dying that I'd stay home from work or trips, shower her with love and treats, etc. That my boyfriend began to notice a pattern. She was deathly ill each time we'd start packing for a weekend away. Not eating. Lethargic. Refused her favorite treats. When I shook the bag when normally she'd come running. Etc. I'm panicking and stop packing. Getting ready to call the vet when my boyfriend pointed out, she always does this. Just leave the room for a bit. So I left the room and nervously kept getting ready when I hear a shuffle from her cage. She sprinted to her food dish where I dumped the treats and ate them in 2 seconds. Sprinted over to her fresh pile of hay and started shoveling that into her mouth. I called out her name from the door frame and she greeted me with a thump of her foot while still eating. Another time. Once the "oh you leaving? I'm sick" trick wasn't working anymore. I noticed she wasn't hopping at all. She walked with her back legs. She walked across her whole playpen, walked into the litter box, walked out, then settled awkwardly in her bed. I tried picking her up and she was just dead weight. I panicked because here was my 6-year-old rabbit with a dislocated hip or something, so I shook her treat bag because that's all I thought of doing, and she sprinted normally over to me. Stood up on her back legs with her front legs in the air. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, waiting for those sweet dried peas and carrots. This is so adorable. What a clever little bun. She's slowed down a bit in her old age. But for most of her life she ran towards loud noises. Plates fall out of the cabinet. She ran right in there to get in the middle of it. Drop a heavy piece of furniture on a tile floor. Hey guys. What's going on? I always said it was a good thing she's an inside cat. Otherwise she'd run towards the first car she heard on the road going. Oh hey. What's this? Curiosity killed the cat. Now I understand why. Edit. Spelling. I have another cat of which in an old house he found out how to turn on the bathroom sink to get water. It was one of those that you push pull not twist, and so I'd always walk in to find the sink on. If only he had learned to turn it back off. My old cat liked to open cabinets, and if he was angry at you for any reason he'd bang them. He'd also leave the ones closest to the doorway open so I'd bump into them. Our dog likes to watch TV. No matter what's on or who's watching it. She actively pays attention to what we're watching. One of mine can hear a jingle from a commercial from the other side of the house and come running because he knows that jingle for that commercial means dogs will be on TV. My father's dog designs elaborate alarm systems with his toys. At night before bed he arranges toys that squeak inside of doorways and at the top and bottom of stairs. If you move the toys he politely waits until you aren't looking and then places the toy back. They don't just end up in a spot, they are placed there. It also seems that the toys are chosen for each location based on ease of squeak and volume. The loudest toys are inside the door of the bedroom. One final note on placement. If the door swings inward the toy is placed outside of the door's arc. If it swings outward it's right in the middle. I'm not sure that's a dog. More of an engineer lol. My cat is super social. Very much like a puppy, likes to play fetch. Follows me everywhere and never leaves my side. No one believes me. Because they've literally never seen my cat. He hides at the hint of a noise at the door and runs under the couch until the bad strangers go away. My boy is like that too. I am basically the center of his universe and he is obsessed with being with me or near me at all times. I have to do a lot of chores with one arm while he rides around in the other arm. Clinging on my hip like a monkey and happily purring away. He is pretty impartial to everyone else, though at least not scared like yours, but they still don't get to experience how sweet and cuddly he truly is with me. Because that's only for me. Whenever I do push-ups, my dog crawls under me and pushes up off the floor against my torso. Trying to help me up. My cat likes to lay under me when I'm planking. I consider it extra motivation to not fall. My cat gets super hyper after taking a dump. She will do a few laps around the house. Stop meow really loudly. Then scratch her post. Are the good old post put zoomies. My cat does this too. My dog's idea of playing is him holding onto the toy while I drag him around the carpet on his belly. My dog gets super wound up if you make a small ppt like farting noise from your mouth. She legit breaks if you make this noise and starts running laps in the house and diving into your lap and begging to be pet. It's very strange. My other dog needs to look you right in the face when you come home. She will jump up and want her paws held just so she can get really close to your face, then gets down and goes and does her own thing. She also hugs you if you're sitting on the ground, which makes my heart weak. A long time ago we had a cat who potty trained himself. The cat was outside most of the time. So no cat litter box. He peed and pooped in my toddler's small toilet. It still had to be cleaned though. But still. I consider it cool. And now we have a snake who likes to wrap himself around my laptop whenever he is out and the laptop is around. Edit. Yes, my snake sometimes plays PS4 with me too, but he mostly messes up my controller when he curls around it. Came here to share this. 2. My cat is litter trained. But at some point he figured out the purpose of the toilet and decided to use it. It was just the two of us at the time. So I was confused by the tiny turds in my toilet until I actually caught him squatting on the seat and hanging his furry little butt over the bowl. It was pretty freaking impressive. Honestly. I had a cat that would sit on my shoulder every time I went poop. He would just come and jump on my shoulder and wait till I was done. He was helping push. My last dog was a massive 90 pound chow shepherd mix that behaved more like a cat than a dog. She hunted birds in our yard. But rather than catch them with her mouth, I would watch her leap up and squash them with her massive frame. It was majestic. Like watching a blue whale breach. Just a big fluffy dog suddenly jumps and body slams a pigeon to death. Then she would bring me the dead bird as an offering. That is both hilarious and horrifying. Ducking like and subscribe.